Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, September 10th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day, and we are in the final day of the current trading week. The final hour of the day, in my opinion, is the most important time, for me at least, to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. I say this because at the end of the day, in that last hour, the large financial institutions come in. They take control away from take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider the large financial institutions to be the smartest money on the street. I consider the closing levels to be the most important and valid levels to make your buying and selling decisions from, and therefore that is why I choose to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions right near the close, right before we close, because it's the most valid price, in my opinion, based upon my levels to either get in, get out, stay in. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate you being here. I hope you've had a good day. I hope you've had a good trading day. I hope you have had a good trading week. It's been kind of a wild week. But always nice to see everyone. Thank you for all your contributions. Really appreciate it. Really mean that. And I hope you're going to have a nice upcoming weekend as well. Currently, the Dow is down 99 points, down 0.28%. The NASDAQ also down 37.61, down 0.25%, and the S&P is down 11 points, down 0.25%. So it's been a really volatile day. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. Did have some day trades today that I'm going to share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my current students' positions and see how they're doing, see where they entered, maybe why they entered, how the trade is performing since they've entered, and that should be fun. And then after that, going to talk about trader psychology. There is the most important skill in trading is the ability to create a plan and to follow it. That's it. It's pretty simple. You do not have to have some secret agent trading system. It doesn't exist. It's all about risk to reward ratio, positioning correctly. But what it's about is following your plan. So if you're not following your plan, you do have some work that you have to do on yourself. If I can help, let me know. I understand the challenges involved with this. If there's something I can do to help, just ask a question. I'll give you my best advice based upon all my experience in trading. So we are going to talk about trader psychology. I do have some end of day candidates today that I am considering. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1, based upon strong support below me, valid resistance above me. And then number 3, please make sure that you have a complete trading plan. For me, a complete trading plan includes the following: position sizing based upon the current marketability of the current volatility. Did I say marketability? The current volatility of the market. Secondly, knowing what your maximum allowed loss is. Third, knowing where your emergency stop is. Fourth, knowing where your end of day stop is. 5, knowing where your intraday profit targets are above where the price is. Number 6, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, making sure you have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you have a nice trade, you don't give it all back. That's the worst. That is the worst. So make sure you have a good trailing stop plan. And that's what I try to teach in this podcast. That's how I set up my trades and having that complete trading plan. So I do have some end of day candidates. As we get closer to the close, I will go through them. Multiple time frames, risk to reward ratio. We'll keep in mind some correlation based upon positions I may already have. So we have to figure it all out. Trading's not that easy, everyone. There's a lot of things to think about. If it were that easy, more people would make money. But the good news is, if you're willing to put in the time and the energy and the discipline and the focus, you can make money trading. but it's not easy. You have to do tough things. You have to do things that other people are not willing to do. And it's like that in life as well. All right, so I'll get off my soapbox. And so once I go through the candidates, if I find something that makes sense at the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, let me know. I'm happy to clarify. And then lastly, or thirdly, if you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, if you'd like to get my opinion on them, put them in the live stream, and I will do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait till the close of the market so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and the pressure's off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all updated before you get on with your weekend. All right, sound good? I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay, here we're back. All right, well, let's see who is here today. Paxton is here. Hello, Greg and everyone. Hello, Paxton. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Hope Tracy is doing well. Tom says, thank goodness it's Friday. Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Michael Wilkinson is here, a.k.a. Lova. Good to see you, Mike. He says, hello, everyone. Jonathan from Ireland is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Nigma is here. Hi, Nigma. And he says, hello, Alvarez. Am I pronouncing that right? Good to see you. Hope that answered your questions. People here know that sometimes my charts are going to look different than other people's charts. I adjust my charts for dividends and for splits. A lot of platforms like Thinkorswim, I think their default setting is that they do not adjust. It's not the end of the world if your charts and my charts don't add up or don't look exactly the same. It's really not. Sometimes it's going to be an advantage to me. Sometimes it's going to be an advantage to you. It all comes out in the wash. Just trade the chart that you have in front of you. Anya T is here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you, Anya. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well today. Nigma says, looking forward to seeing your Apple trade today. Yeah. Interesting Apple trade. I had some good VIX trade, not so hot tamale on Apple. Apple, interesting though. Look at this. I don't know what happened on Apple, but just a good reminder, everybody, it's generally better to buy in the value zone. That's between the two green lines, the 1 ATR, negative 1 ATR. I like to sell above the value zone. Look, I mean, Apple in the last couple days here, I mean, from the high in the last few days, high to low is down 5.44%. Wow. That's some distribution right there, but we are back in the value zone. I would need some sideways motion and look for a V1 or V2. That's what I am looking at for the app right there. All right, and I did have some trades, and I will show you those as well. Michael Martin is here. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Please drive safe today. George is here. Happy Friday. Nice to see you, George. Thanks for coming. There's my friend Tracy. Good to see you, Trace. Hope you and Packy are doing well. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Happy Friday. Good to see you, Gary. As always, hope you and the family are well. And there's my friend David. Good to see you, David. Hope you are doing well. Also doing well. So, all right. Well, let's get started. All right, first on deck is a short that Tom, David, and I had. This is a really great example of a the way to short, you have a high with high MACD bars. You pull back into the value zone with some red MACD bars. You go higher than the previous high. However, going higher here, you have a bearish MACD divergence, meaning MACD on this second level up was not as strong as the first. That indicates a pullback. Well, I don't like to short from higher highs, but then here we had a lower high V2. Here is day one, day two, 2 goes above 1, 3 closes below day 1, day 1's close. I shorted at 411.90. I'm sorry, 411.39. It's 404.61. It's up 3 cents on the day, but as on the trade so far, it is up 1.58% because it is a short. Domino's Pizza. All right, Tom, Miko, Jonathan, and I did buy Domino's Pizza with a 520 crossover, 516.15. Went our way, took some profits, then had a close below the previous, had a close below the 5 and the 20. I sold here as a safety. Moved up the last couple days, hit some more profit targets as I like to do. Right now, I am waiting for a 520 close under to exit the position. So it is down on the day. It is down on the trade. I'm just waiting for the 5 to close below the 20. It's 515.68 compared to 515.32. So down on the day and also down on the trade. EXPE. Am I the only one in EXPE? Tom's in there with me. All right, we had a close under, close over the 200-day moving average, also a V2, bought here at 147.37. It is currently 146.18. It is down on the day, it is down on the trade, but it is holding my stop, my end-of-day stop, which is the 250-day moving average. Right now, today, it got right there, actually. I mean, it pegged it. It pegged it exactly, and that's where it bounced, and that shows you the strength of these moving averages. So I will hold on to EXPE as long as it's above the 250-day moving average. SPY had a nice overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I sell it the first thing at the next morning. I bought it at 448.98 yesterday afternoon. I sold it at 450.90, so not too shabby. Sold it right at the high, in at 448.98, out at 450.98. So nice overnight SPY trade. I will buy that today at the close, hold it over the weekend, sell it first thing the next morning. Ulta. All right, I did buy Ulta yesterday with Tom, Lova, Frank, Gary, Dynamic Duo, Ava. Nice return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside of this low of this range, and a V2. My stop is a halfway of the washout bar. Washout bar was on the 8th. You can see the red lines the halfway. Today, good example. So I did buy it at 383.15. Went up initially, came back down, but look exactly where it bounced. It bounced at that halfway. And that's the importance of having the halfway as your end of day stop. It did respect it. As long as it holds there, I will hold it. If at the end of the day it closes under, I will be out. But so far, down on the day, and unfortunately, down on the trade. Visa, Tom, David, or Miko, Jonathan, Tom, David, Lova, Ava, and myself did buy Visa with a confluence of signals, bounce off the 200-day moving average, rejection of the 30 RSI, rejection of the negative third ATR channel, bought at 224.08. You can see we went up, 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 sideways yesterday, well, down, but it's been a nice trade. We did get to my trailing stop level of 1.5 ATR above my entry. Once I go into trailing stop mode, if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will get out of half. Looks like that's going to happen today. We are currently under the low of yesterday, and if it closes there, I will go ahead, lock in half profits on this trade. So it's down on the day, up on the day. But another reason why I like to take profits when I have them on the way up, because I hit some right near the top, right? And oh, I forgot to mark it. I did hit a profit target today, right here at 228.99. So I took some off again at profitable levels before it had the move back down. All right, VIX. Well, I had some day trades on VIX today. First trade of the day was a losing trade. We came down to the 200-day moving average. We had a rejection of the 200 plus a V1. I entered at 25.77. Next bar held to 200. Next bar closed under at 25.66. So that was a loss. Got in at 25.77 and got out at 25.66. Not too bad. Want to keep those losses small, as you know. And now I don't know how to do that. All right. But I did have a redemption trade on VIX. We had a higher low close back above the 200-day moving average. I bought it at 25.70. As it moved up, I continued to take partial profits. So in at 25.70, out at 25.80, out at 25.86, out at 25.87, out at 25.94. I got out. We were getting close to the podcast. Had another huge leg up without me, but still very grateful. Got in at 25.70, out at 25.80, out at 25.86, out at 25.87, and out at 25.94. So pretty good there. Apple, here's my Apple trade. Apple had a wild day. Not too exciting on the Apple trade. I bought the under 30, over 30, bought it at 150.41. My end of day stop, or my end of bar stop, was a close below the 30 RSI, moved down, then had one bar up in profitable levels, sold at 150.77. So I got in at 150.41, out of half at 150.77. Then it came back down. At the end of the bar, I just decided to take it off. It was pretty much close to a scratch trade because I made from 150.41 up to 150.77, but I lost from 150.41 to 149.98. So not too exciting on Apple there, but Apple has definitely had a big down day. Holy smokes. So let's take a look here. Apple, judge rule against them. How developers can manage payments in the App Store. Oh, well, that will do it. Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Thank you for including me on your Friday list today on Twitter. Always appreciate that, and I hope that you, Holly, and all the pups are doing well. And Steve says, hello, traders. Weekend in 45 minutes. Ava is here. Hello, Ava. Nice to see you. Hope you are having a good day, my friend. Good chatting with you on Skype earlier. Frank, and thank you for everything you do for this channel, Ava. Really. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel with your wonderful poems. Always look forward to that. Alvarez says, if time permits, will you please explain the Ultra entry again? I'm not sure why I see there was an entry. Was it the bounce off the 20? Well, this is just a classic return to value V2. We're above the value zone. We come into the value zone. We have sideways motion. We have a false breakout to the downside with an immediate reversal. That is the entry. If you look on my YouTube channel in the lessons playlist, I do have a V1 or a V2 setup video there that should help explain that. But essentially, you have to be above the value zone. You have to come into the value zone. You have to have a couple days of sideways motion. You have to have one bar that spikes down with immediate reversal. That is the reason for the trade. But it's good that it rejected the 20, but that is not the actual trigger for the trade. The trigger was the sideways motion and the V2. Okay. Well, Goldman Sachs is negative today, so that's good. Look at VIXI. Boy, VIXI is just off and running. VIX is one of my weekly trades today, everyone. Just give me a sec if you don't mind. All right, Frank has a poem for us. Let's read it before we start getting to your trades. Should we do this one first? Yeah, let's do it first. Okie doke, here we go. Let's see what Frank has to say today. You know it's going to be good. Traders are creatures of deja vu, the patterns we follow that often ring true. Love that. We measure, we backtest, and wait for our cue. Hopefully a past outcome might ensue. Yet like a snowflake, each trade is new. That is so true. That is just wonderful. Holy hamburgers. Traders are creatures of deja vu, the patterns we follow that often ring true. We measure, we backtest, and wait for our clue. Hopefully a past outcome might ensue. Yet like a snowflake, each trade is new. Very good, Frank. Appreciate that. Oh, I thought the bottom of the next bar needed to be a quarter ATR. Yeah, it is. It is. This bar here washed out bar one by significantly more than a quarter ATR, at least one ATR. Okay, so here's day one, here's day two, day three. Day two washes out one, day three closes above one. That is your V2 right there. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Appreciate everything you do for this channel. Hope you're feeling well today. All right, let's get over, take a look at your trades. Fiverr, Steve bought Fiverr at, I believe that was yesterday at 183.95 with the 520 crossover. Is down 1.16% today, so down on the day and down on the trade. STNE, Love bought STNE yesterday. Looks like an under 30 over 30 at 43.90. It's 43.68. This is also down on the day, down on the trade. Lyft, Dynamic Duo bought Lyft at 50.50. It is currently 50.29. This is down on the day, down on the trade. They use the 520 crossover as the entry. Ava and Dynamic Duo, nice trade here at bought at 105.30, under 30 over 30 V1, rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel. It is 508.18. It is up on the day but still slightly down on the trade, but holding in there really nicely. It's green on a down day. Alibaba, Kamal bought Alibaba here at 160. It is currently 167.77, up a little bit on the day. Deceiving. It looks like it's down, but it is up on the day. Oh, that doesn't work. And Kamal currently on this particular trade is up 4.77%. Nice trade. CVS. Lova bought CVS with the 520 crossover at 84.60. Moved up nicely. Glad to see he sold half his position with the close below the previous day's low. Big down day today. Big down day, actually, 1.77. That's big for CVS. So this is now down on the day and also down on the trade. Zoom showing some life. Frank bought Zoom at 290.49. It is currently 304.06. It's up 2.77% today on the trade, and Frank came in there, swooped it up 4.33%. Oh, I have to remind myself to take a look at the weekly trades we have going on. All right, TripAdvisor. Dynamic Duo did buy TripAdvisor at 34.72. It's 34.61 down on the day, down on the trade. BYD, Dynamic Duo and Ava bought BYD at 61.51. It's down 2.98% today. Unfortunately, false breakout to the downside and a V1 down 2.98% today and also down on the trade. Yep, this has been a tough day. Tesla, Tom had a beautiful trade on Tesla. Deep dip buy all the way back down here under the 200, over the 200. Bought at 664.60. It's 743.22. Looks like it may have rejected the 70 RSI. Down on the day, certainly, but Tom nicely up on the trade. 10.48%. Way to go, Tom. CarMax. Nice day for Steve and David. 520 crossover. They bought 131.25. It's up 1.33% today. And this particular trade for David and Steve using the 520 up 2.6%. So very, very nice. Chewy, Steve, and the dynamic duo did buy Chewy under 30 over 30 at 75.99 at 75.08. It is down on the day. What was this? 75.99. Oh, it's 75.66. Yeah. Okay. So down on the day, down on the trade. Yep. This has been a tough day. Disney, Michael Martin bought Disney with a 1050 EMA crossover at 180.08. It's currently 184.77. It's down 0.58% today, but up 2.48% on the trade, which is nice. Twillo, Michael Martin bought Twillo here, 360.55, under 200, over 200. It's down 2.57% today. Maybe this is the one, Michael, you were telling me about. Are you still in Twillo? Let me know so I can update. IWM, Lova bought IWM with an under 200, over 200, and a V2 at 215.40. Moved up. He stayed with it. Sold half with a close below the previous day's low. Sold another quarter, which I'm glad. Locked in that profit. Down on the day, but this particular trade is up for Lova, at least entry to current price, 3.31%. Very, very nice. MasterCard, Steve bought MasterCard, the under 30, over 30 at 341.20. It's currently 348.23. It's down a little on the day as everything else is, but up on the trade over 2%. And then last but not least, we have Boeing. Kamal bought Boeing yesterday, 214. It's 211.13. It's down 1.31% today. Now, let me show you the weekly trades. Had some really nice weekly trades. Let's get to those. I've been in these trades a long time. Here we go. DoorDash. I did buy DoorDash back here on May 21st. We had a false breakout to the downside and a V1. Bought here at 137.48. Sold half of my position with rejection of the 50 at 149. Moved 1.5 ATRs from my entry, then had a close below the previous day's low at 167.77. And the last 2.5 months have just gone up like crazy. I hit two profit targets this week at 201.90 and 210.36. This has been a pretty amazing trade. Currently entry to current price up 35.3%. And that's why I like to trade multiple time frames. Weeklies, dailies, I really do love them. I just don't even look at them. I don't really care about them. And sometimes that's one of the best things in trading. So up 35.3% on this trade. Tesla, Gary, Jonathan, Ava, and I did buy Tesla on the weekly, about a couple months ago. 520 crossover, bought here at 685.47. It's 740.81. It's up about 1% on the week. And so far on the trade, up 7.64%. Did hit one profit target up here at 758. PayPal. Tom, Miko, Ava, Jonathan, and I did buy PayPal. Return to value, sideways motion. The trigger was the V2 at 278.30. It's currently 284.83. It is down 1.49% on the week, but it is up 2.24% on the trade. And I did grab one of the profit targets this week earlier at 296.04. Gold, not so hot tamale. Gary, Tom, and I took gold with a 520 crossover on the weekly at 171.05. It is currently 167.21. It's down 2.22% on the week. I will be exiting this because of the 520 cross under. So that's the key. Keep your winners like DoorDash, like Tesla, right? The ones that aren't working for you, get them out of there. And that's what's important, everyone, is to keep your garden free of weeds, or in trading terms, keep your account free of losers, and let those winners grow. Okay. Frank says, thank you so much, Greg, Steve, Paxton, Kamal. You are welcome, buddy. Thank you. Michael says, I really like that, Frank. I love that the last the last line paradoxically disputes the rest of the poem, but it is exactly well done. Fantastic. Steve says, oh, Steve, I forgot. I'm not used to that. Steve also bought puts yesterday on SPY, the 449 strike prices because of the 1030 crossover in the VIX, and he nailed it. Steve is up 32% on his SPY puts from yesterday, but this can change quickly in either direction. So way to go, Steve. Way to go. Again, he bought weekly SPY puts based upon the 1030 EMA crossover in the VIX that was forecasting volatility, and we sure got it. Way to go, Steve. Forgot about that one, buddy. Sorry, I'm not used to having those, so those don't happen. But way to go, Steve. Out of Twillo. Okay. I thought you might be, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Frank says, exactly, Michael. We can't really pin it down. Okay. So, listen. Before we start looking at our intraday, our end of day trades, you know, I like to talk a little bit about trader psychology every day. I hope it's helpful, because it is an important factor. It is the most important skill in trading, is the ability to follow your plan. You know, I have my favorite channels out there. I have Facebook, Twitter channels out there, great channels that post good information about trader psychology. This is, of course, from Steve Burns, my favorite poster of all times. Steve's in the chat with us right now. This is Steve over at the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on Facebook. If you're not there, come over and apply. It's a great channel. Steve's there, Kamal's there, Tom Bassel's there, Mark Minervini is there. I am there, and it'd be great to have you over there as well. Let's see what Steve has to say today. There are two ways to trade. One is to try to predict what will happen, and the other is to react to what is happening. Which one do you think's better? I promise you, the latter is better, not the former. Trying to predict is impossible, unless you have a crystal ball that works, and if you do, please let me know. But barring that, you have to trade what's on your screen. You have to trade the levels on your screen. That is called trading price action. And I promise you, over the long run, you will make more money. You will lose less money if you react to what is happening instead of trying to predict what will happen. It's very, very difficult. Go to a casino, see if you can find out. All you have to do is pick red or black, right? It's very difficult. Don't do it. Just trade what is on your screen. Forget about the stories. Forget about the narratives that you read, blah, blah, blah. CNBC. It's all nonsense. It's nonsense, everybody. What is not nonsense is following where the money really is heading, and that it shows up on the screen. It doesn't hide. There are so many narratives. This is going to this. That's going to that. Really? Why don't you just take everything you own and bet it all on that? If that's the case, it doesn't work. Let's get real, everybody. You have to trade what the market is doing. That's the truth, not the stories, not the narratives on CNBC or in the newspaper. It's all baloney. Trade what the market is doing. That is the truth. All right. So two ways to trade. One is to try to predict what will happen, and the other is to react to what is happening. And this is from Steve Burns. If Steve Burns says it, you probably should do it, because Steve was a master, and I've learned a lot from Steve over the years. Him being my coach and my mentor, really appreciate that, Steve. All right, so before we get to new stuff, let's take a look at old stuff. All right, my Goldman Sachs short's doing well. Opened up pretty ugly, but is making a low on the day. With any luck, I'll hit a profit target. That would be outstanding. Domino's Pizza, looking for that 520 crossover. Not quite there. EXPE. Um, Still holding the 250-day moving average. SPY, Steve Spy's puts are doing really, really well. Congratulations, Steve. Of course, I'm buying this at the close of the market. Oh, I've got to put my order in. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Ah! All right. All right, Greg, come on, buddy. I have to put my end-of-day orders in. All right, one down. One down. Okay, those are all taken care of. Ulta, holding halfway of the washout bar. Don't have to do anything with it yet, but I'll have to wait and see at the end. Visa, definitely going to close below the half. I am going to sell Visa, half of Visa right here while I'm thinking about it. Okay. And then got a little lag in my screen here. Okay. I'll tell you what, give me a second. I have to get my trading platform back up. All right, give me just a sec. Sorry, everyone. I just went ahead and sold half of my Visa. I'm going to have some things to do at the end, so I wanted to make sure that was taken care of. All right, I have too many things going on here. All right. All right, so just for the record, I did sell half my Visa with a close below the previous day's low. Ulta still holding the halfway, but if it closes below the halfway of the washout bar there, 375.90, I will have to sell the position with an end of day stop. Amazon making a new low on the day. Glad we got out of that. Domino's Pizza still has the 520 crossover, so I'm just going to have to watch that. As a matter of fact, gold on the weekly, as I mentioned, is going to have the 520 crossover. While I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to go ahead, take my loss on gold on the weekly and be done with that. That's done. And that's done, so I'm done with gold. All right, here we go. Dow Jones down 212 points. Wow. All right. Frank says, fun fact, a day on Mars is called a sol. It's 24 hours, 39 minutes, and 35 seconds long, 3% shorter than Earth. Interesting. Very good. Very, very good. Thanks for that. I love those fun facts. Vic's making a tear of all tears. All right, let's get to some new potential setups today. Johnson & Johnson on the weekly. I was looking for an under 30, over 30. We're 31.94. It has not gone under 30, over 30. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly hanging in the value zone, hanging at the 50 RSI on the weekly, which I like. Leva, if you're out there, a bar that's larger than 1 ATR that comes into the value zone about 75% of the time will touch the bottom of the channel of the -1 ATR channel. This is certainly larger than 1 ATR. My guess, odds on that we're going to go down another $3, so I am going to let that one go. Lockheed Martin does have a double bottom with a bullish divergence. Here, this leg down here, we had deep red MACD bars. We rallied into some green. Now we've come back. We are lower than the previous day's low. The red bars, however, are not as deep as the first leg of the red bars, and less than half of the deepest bar here. Double bottom bullish divergence, but just because you have a double bottom bullish divergence does not mean you can enter. You still need an entry. You still need an entry trigger. There is not an entry trigger, so I'm going to pass there as well. Merck. Merck is at 31.20 RSI. Let's measure to the bottom and see. Yes, this did go under 30, over 30. Where's my pen? So that is a potential on Merck. XLE, well, I did like XLE with the close under, close back over the 200, then it bounced at the 200 and held, but now it's under, so I don't like that anymore. EWZ was above the 250-day moving average. Now it has lost it. Not a good sign. Eli Lilly is at 30.46. Currently, or earlier in today, the low of the day was 29.73. Did bounce off the -4th ATR channel. It isn't under 30, over 30. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is in the value zone. You know, it's hanging in there pretty well. I still think I like Merck better. UNP, earlier in the day, it was holding the 250-day moving average. Now it has lost it, so that's off the board. GLW did have a bounce at the 250 yesterday. Retested it today. It's a 38.56 RSI. If we look over on the weekly, it's below the 50-week moving average. I'd rather be above it, so I'm going to let that one go as well, but it does have good relative strength. ZG is Zillow Group, double bottom, bullish divergence. In this one, we have a missing right shoulder. Here is the low, deep red MACD bars. We rally into some green. We've come back down. We've tested the first low. No red MACD at all. This is what Dr. Alexander Elder calls a double bottom bullish divergence, missing right shoulder. It's a nice setup. There is no trigger though. I need a V1, V2, under 30, over 30. Weekly, the confluence getting close to the 100 week on the weekly. I don't think it's there yet. SMPL, this is a trade from Ava. This is a pick from Ava. This is a lower high V1. We closed below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. We pulled back. We did retest the -1 ATR channel. MACD is positive. We have a V1. Only thing here, Ava, is I believe we rejected the 50 RSI already. We did. So had I been in this trade, I would have sold half already with the rejection. I'm not in the trade, but I'm not going to get into a trade where previously I would have gotten out of trade half today. Hope that makes sense. And then TMUS, which is T-Mobile, does have a close back over the 250-day moving average. Let me see real quick. TMUS. and that's off of the 250, and that is day of cross. And let's see how that back tests. Does back test well. So Merck and TMUS are my two favorites here. Let me do a little math on TMUS. What is that number? Okay, that's what I thought. Divided by 4.83. Okay. So my favorites for today are TMUS and also Merck. So I'm going to go ahead, put those up here. Ooh, we're getting a lot of stuff over here. All right, let me move this over here like this, and that one over there like so. All right. TMUS, and Merck. All right, and then on the weekly trade, my favorite weekly trade today is the VIX, everybody. We went under 30, over 30. MACD is positive. I like it a lot. So for the weekly trade, I will be buying VIX with the close under, close back over 200 day, under and over the 200 to 30 RSI, excuse me. All right, so I will be buying VIX today with an under 30, over 30 on the weekly time frame. Now, if we look at the dailies, I do like TMUS. It is under the 30 RSI. That's the only thing. I would still take it with the bounce off the 250. We're holding the 50 EMA. So, yep, my trade today, my daily trade is going to be TMUS for sure. Not Merck. Not Merck. So let me get rid of Merck. There's a nice back test on TMUS off at the 250. It is under the 30 RSI, but that's okay with me because I have that nice 250 moving average below me, and then over on the week, the 50 EMA bounced on the week there. $26.83. Okay. So again, I am going to buy TMUS if we close over the 250. VIX, I'm buying VIX on the weekly, under 30, over 30. Goldman Sachs short is doing great, so I will be keeping it. DPZ, did we cross under? We did. So I am going to be getting rid of Domino's Pizza today, following my rules, getting out when I'm supposed to. I'm selling that right now. I don't want to hold on to losers, everybody. That's the key in this business, getting rid of your losers quickly. So I'm out of Domino's. Ulta looks like it's closing. It's right there, 375.90. We're at 375.38. So that looks like that is going to be a sell as well. All right, I'm out of that. VIX is making a new high. Sold half of my Visa. Boy, this is wild stuff right here, but TMUS looks fine right now. What do we have, about 9 minutes? Nigma says, thank you. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Nigma. Hope you have a good weekend as well. Frank says, I've had J&J on my radar all day and have an alert near the 50-day. Good. We're simpatico. Frank says, it's against the law to trade onion futures. Really? Congress passed the Onion Future Act in 1958 after two traders concerned the market. Interesting. Sounds nefarious to me. T-Mobile underneath the 250 now. All right, so Steve exited Fiverr. He exited MA. He exited Chewy. Avera says, I took BC yesterday after it closed over 200. Just want to see if your chart is showing the same as mine. Okay. All right. Well, it's up, looking good. I don't know if that looks the same. If it doesn't pay a dividend, our charts are going to look the same. If it does pay a dividend, it's going to look a little different. Steve says, VIX broke back above the 200-day moving average. Yep, it sure did. All right, I am buying VIX on the weekly with the under 30, over 30. I think I'll just go ahead and buy it right now. All right, we have 5 minutes until the weekend, everyone. 5 minutes to go. So again, I did get out of Domino's Pizza with the 520 cross under. That is gone. It's off the list. EXPE is holding. SPY making a new low on the day. Ulta, I got out of Ulta with the loss. Boy, this is nasty. Dow Jones down 255 now. And Visa got out of half with the close below the previous day's low. Wow, crazy, crazy reversal day here today. We have about 4 minutes. Oh, good. So they match up. I'm glad to hear that. VIX just racing away. TMUS under the 250 doesn't look like I'm going to be buying it. $250 is 131. It's 230.81. Yeah, I think I'm just going to let that one go. 3 minutes to go, everyone. VIX at the high of the day. One minute to go, everyone. 1 minute. S&P making a low on the day. VIX making a high on the day. Okay. Wow. VIX really racing up. All right, everybody. Wow, that was wild. All right, let's take a look, see where everything was bought today. All right, so for my VIX weekly trade, I bought at 26.94. I also bought SPY, the overnight SPY trade at 445.44. So overnight SPY trade. Wow, I got a discount on that one for sure. That was a blue light special there. That is just nasty. Holy hamburgers. 445.44 is the overnight SPY trade level. And VIX on the weekly, I did buy at 26.94. All right, there we go. And again, that is on the weekly because of the under 30, over 30, under the 5 EMA, over the 5 EMA. MACD's positive. VIX is very oversold. My end of day stop will be a close below the 30 RSI on the weekly. And Goldman Sachs short is doing very well. Glad for that. Domino's Pizza, I did get out of Domino's Pizza with the 520 crossover, took my lumps there. EXPE did hold the 250-day moving average. I'm keeping Ulta. I got out of Ulta because it closed below halfway the washout bar on that V2. And then Visa, I did sell half of Visa, would close below previous day's low after reaching 1.5 ATR. So, all right, well, decent. Was a good week. Happy for that. Grateful for that for sure. Listen, if you have any new entries or exits for me today, any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, this is the time to do it. Go ahead, put it in the live stream, and I will get them all taken care of. Just before we get to that, just want to remind everybody, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I really do. I think I do a great job of it. I know I teach a really great course in which I teach you one-on-one in the evening time via Skype. You and I teach you one-on-one all 5 of my different trading approaches that I use, and I teach you step by step. I teach you all the nuances of it. You know, you may watch this here, but I promise you there are nuances that you're not going to learn here just because of time constraints. So, you know, if you want to become a better trader, if you want to study with me one-on-one, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. In the subject, just say, Greg, interested in possibly taking your course. I will reply. And I'll say, thanks for saying hello. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call, the reason for the Skype call, and it's free, everyone. It's not a sales thing, I promise you. I just want to learn more about you, your trading, your challenges, your goals. You can ask me questions about me, any specific questions about the course. And, you know, if we decide we're a fun fit or a good fit, then great. But regardless, after the Skype call, think about it as long as you want. If you decide you like what you heard, or you do want to improve your trading, just email me back. Just say, Greg, I'm ready to go. We'll schedule it, and away we'll go. And I know you're going to be a better trader. And I put a lot of energy, a lot of effort into my teaching. It's very important to me that my students succeed. Number 2, I do have a great online video course available at udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It's a wonderful course. It's very affordable. It's like $12 or $15, but don't let the price fool you. There's a ton of content in there. All the things you need for a trading plan, or at least with the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy, is there. And I teach you step by step. I've had so many great results, so much good feedback from all over the world on this course. So do yourself a favor. If you have 12 or 15 bucks kicking around, go to udemy.com. Again, the link's in the description. Watch it this weekend. I promise you it will help you become a better trader and look at the market a different way. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really, really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. And it really does help the channel. So if you don't mind, if you could click that before you head on out here, that would be great. Appreciate that. All right, well, let's get back to your business. Steve exited Fiverr this morning. All right, Steve, got you out of Fiverr. What else did Steve do? Got out of MasterCard. Nice profitable trade there. Way to go, Steve. Exited Chewy. All right, I have the dynamic duo there, so I'm going to keep them in there until I hear from them. And out of that, okay, and we talked about BC yesterday. Okay, Alvarez, yes it does. Good to hear that. Thanks. TMUS ain't going to make it. I agree. I didn't buy it. My 2 picks today went down into avoid territory as well. Gary, out of gold. Yes, I'm out of gold as well. I am out of gold. But listen, I mean, I took it. I got out with not too bad of a loss. That's how it works, right? That's the way you're supposed to do it. So Gary is out of gold, as am I. And in VIX. on the weekly. All right, along with Gary. Gary says, thanks, Greg. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Gary. You have a good weekend as well, my friend. Alvarez says, ad vibe just bounced off the 250. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so probably same thing on this, Alvarez. My 250 is here, right? Your charts, because they're different with the dividends, is not the same as mine. You can see mine is down here. But again, trade the charts you have, trade the levels you have, trade the 250 you have. You know, if you can adjust your charts through Thinkorswim to adjust for dividends, great. Then we'll be simpatico. We'll be on the same page here. But if we're not, it's not a problem. Just trade what you have. Gary says, smash the like button, everyone. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that. Bud Kamal says, out of BA earlier today and another chocolate. Oh, that's right. Whenever Kamal takes the stop, whenever Kamal gets a stop loss, he gets to have a chocolate. Because Kamal's approach is that his job as a trader is to take losses. You ever thought of it that way? It really is true, everyone. Your job is to take losses. Therefore, he rewards himself when he does what he's supposed to do with the sweet little chocolate. Tom is out of DPZ. Out of Tesla. Okay. Where did my stuff go? Oh, here we go. TSLA. I still have Tesla on the weekly. Oh, Greg. Come on, man. All right. There we go. All right, so VIX is the weekly, UNG and Exxon are the monthlies. Out of GLD. Yeah, that's everyone on gold. Okay. Visa half. Okay. And VIX on the weekly, along with Gary and myself. So that's Tom. Frank is out of Ulta. Note, I bought a half position. Yep, I had that up there. Tracy is out of Ulta BYD. AN. Yeah, that was an ugly close. And in UVXY. UVXY. All right. So UVXY is the VIX, essentially. Where's the VIX? Where's the VIX? At 22 even. Oh, wow. What? That's, wait a minute. Oh, that's Ava. Wait a minute. All right. I got my peoples mixed up here. So that's Ava. All right, let's go back to Tracy. BYD and VIX Weekly. Okay, now it makes more sense. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it's hard to keep this all straight, everybody. David is out of Visa. And Domino's. Oh, no, I don't think I had you in this, Dave. Sorry. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great weekend, traders. You as well. Kamal, I will talk to you soon, shortly, of course. Jonathan is out of DPZ as well. I think that only leaves Miko. All right, now over to Ava. Out of BYD for Ava. Out of Ulta. Out of AN. Ooh, the board just shrank, didn't it? And then in UVXY. Wow, what a trade, Ava. That's 7.67% in the day. Can we give a hand for Ava, everyone? My goodness. Woo! Larry Lewis, what is happening, buddy? Greg, another great session. Have a good weekend. Larry, call me. Would you call me? We need to catch up, my brother. Seriously, call me. Larry and I live in the same town. Call me, buddy. I want to see what's going on with you. David says, great weekend, team. Thank you, David. Alvarez says, love the deep dip buy course on Udemy. Hope everyone jumps on it. Thank you. Let me know if you have any other questions or if I can help. Like I said in the email, I think the best way is if you ask me here. That way I can explain and also show at the same time. It's a little hard to do that when I'm typing. Ava is out of, just by writing, excuse me. Ava was out yesterday on Visa. Well, look at that. All right, so Vixie up big today. Michael is out of Ulta. That's Lava. Out of IWM. Out of CVS. Woo. The board just cleared big time. And out of 1/2 of Visa. Okay. No entries. Michael says, oh, Alvarez, you can set TOS to account for dividends on the desktop, but there's no way to get it on mobile apps. Oh, okay. That's good to know, Alvarez. It looks like on your desktop you're okay. You can get it to account for that. Ava says, thank you so much, Greg and everyone. Love this group. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Thank you, Ava. Appreciate you being here. Love that you're here. And thanks for all your help. You have a good weekend as well. Michael, I adjusted it on TOS. It's under the gear symbol, chart settings, equities. There you can adjust for dividends. I chose against it though myself. Okay. Paxton says, we are in AN and Chewy. What? I thought I just took you out of AN. Didn't I? Paxton, can you confirm, please? Are you still in AN and Chewy? and out of Tesla. Okay. Nice, Ava. Thank you, Anya. Appreciate that. Yeah. So Paxton, you're still saying you are in. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, okay, you're right. I got you back here. You missed the bell on AN. Okay. All right, so current positions. Goldman Sachs the short, it's working well. EXP holding the 250. SPY entered the new SPY trade, overnight SPY trade. Visa sold half, locked in profits on half. Out of Ulta, I still have Gary and Tom in it. And then Vixie bought on the weekly. So that's what's going on today. That's what's going on today. Now, let's see what's happening after hours. Anything exciting? SPY's up 43 cents. All right, so listen, last time of the week, everyone, but I'd like to read this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. I love this saying. It's simple. Let's go out and do one random act of kindness daily. It would make the world a better place. If you could do it for an animal, it would also make it a better place for an animal as well. So something I try to do every day, I would suggest you do it as well. Make your day better, make other people's day better. And it's just a good policy. And I think we need the world to be more in the right direction. All right, everybody. Well, listen. Have a wonderful weekend. Get some rest. Study up on your charts. Get some exercise. Do some good deep breathing. Drive safe. all the good stuff. Try to do a nice thing for someone, right? Let's all do that, and it would make the world a better place. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I appreciate you being here. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you Monday morning. So take care, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind, which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.